Hello, I'm Sarah Grady Ackerman. Lynne Barrett's Magpies is a collection of short stories full of mystery, murder, and mayhem. Magpies has been recognized as a gold medalist for general fiction by the 2011 Florida Book Awards. And Lynne Barrett is here with me to talk about her work. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
How exciting. Well, you know what? I can see right away you have all the ingredients to draw in your readers. You've got the murder and the mystery, a little bit of mayhem. Tell us about Magpies.
Well, the short stories are all set over the last 10 years or a little bit more, and they use as a kind of background various booms and busts. They would include things like the housing bust, but they would include things like a boom in celebrity gossip, for instance. One story is about the rise of a gossip and what she'll do to get the piece of dirt that will put her over the top.
And I had read one review that said that it was hilarious. Your stories are hilarious, funny, sophisticated, funny, and moving, funny. Is that about right? And what do you think she meant by that?
Well, those are great things for someone to say. I suppose I am funny. That's one thing, and I think that at the same time I like to have a little drop of pain in there too, so that it's not slapstick. It's meant to be a kind of laughter where you then say, why am I laughing at that? That maybe that's not so funny after all.
Bring a little reality
something
to it.
like that, yes.
I noticed that most of the stories are set in Florida. How did you decide on that location?
Well, I live in Florida, and Florida is just fertile ground for storytelling. There's stories at every turn. I tried to pick places that would be particularly right for the plot of a given story. So one story that's about, that is set at the time of the housing bust, is set in an imaginary town in southwest Florida and uses a sinkhole, which is, of course, its own kind of bust, a kind of collapse in it. So some of it's topographical, weather, things like that.
I can just tell from your facial expression when you talk about your book and writing, it's just something that you just love. Talk about your passion that you have for writing.
I love writing and storytelling. I love short stories, and this is my third book of short stories, and I find that my imagination kind of clusters around certain ideas and builds a story out of that. And it's I don't know if it's passion, it's obsession. I suppose it is obsession in some way, where you just can't stop imagining things for it and elaborating it.
And why short stories? How come you don't maybe expand? What is it that you like about this short story?
I'm good at stopping. I mean, it's partly that. I mean, there are longer stories and shorter ones. There's a story called The Noir Boudoir in there that's really quite long, really almost a novella, but it's also quite complicated for its length. I don't know. There's not so much a why as a why not. I like doing it, that's all.
It just is.
Yeah.
I do want to mention one other review that talked about that your stories leave you waiting impatiently like a literary junkie for your next fix. Talking about that they want more, they want more.
They want more.
How, just how does it make you feel to hear those things?
Well, that's a great thing, although there's a kind of complaint. Obviously, people will then say, why isn't there a novel, so I can just sink into it? And maybe I'm perverse and I'm depriving people of that and trying to keep them addicted to the short story, because I am addicted to the short story. So.
Well, that's great. Apparently, you're doing a great job of it, too.
Oh, thank you.
So living in Florida, with some of the stories, set in Florida, what does it mean to you to be honored by the Florida Book Awards?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's a great thing. It's very exciting. It's particularly great for a book of short stories and for a book of short stories that was published by a university press. It's hard for those books to get seen, and although the book has gotten some great reviews, still this means there's in my mind, it means that it's going to be brought to the attention of a lot the who would really enjoy it.
Oh, good. Well, I hope so. Thank you so much, and again, congratulations.
Great to see you.
The Florida Book Awards are presented annually to recognize, honor, and celebrate the best Florida literature. The program is coordinated by the Florida State University Libraries and co-sponsored by these groups that promote books by and for all Floridians.